everybody at home. Nah, screw it. Pick Alarak. It's the
good.
only answer. It's the only answer. All right, we're going to be figuring out Battleground for game number 2. Dragonshire here, selected for Team 12. Still sticking to those small battlegrounds here.
I just wonder, obviously Team 12, you know, they're a very good team. A very, very good team. They feel that they have the superior play. No Tomorrow, again, still trying to find their way here in the HGC. And, you know, we saw an unusual, unique draft, maybe not coming out in the general play, but definitely working on some things that probably don't get to play too often. So they're giving it a shot here. Again, Team 12, nothing to lose.
Kira on Chen, you know, probably going to be a new highlight reel there from him just on Chen alone. I'm sure, you know, he's going to work that one up. It somehow doesn't pack the same punches as Maiev, but I guess I'll live, you know. We don't even get that out from them here. On Dragonshire, do we expect anything crazy different? Honestly, because the map plays similar, we can probably expect similar-ish playstyles and drafts. Maybe a wild one-off Goku kind of solo top.
I just wonder if now after that game number 1 and seeing the drafts, if No Tomorrow is like, okay, we'll play 2. And maybe tries to get a little bit wild with their picks. Obviously, we saw the Medivh Maiev play around. You know, Garrosh, Maiev were the band's last game. Ended up picking the Medivh for No Tomorrow. You know, had moments where it looked okay, but again, Team 12 just coming out the stronger team.
You know what I would really like if we are going to see that mix up, like No Tomorrow's willing to play in that hand, is go to a very, very kind of weird one-off strategy. It has some viability on a map like Dragonshire. KSV Black used to do it very consistently. Rich loved this strategy. Would be bring Equinox, put him onto Illidan, right? We know he's a pretty good Illidan player from beginning to end. We get your 4-man, it'd be a lot of kill potential within that. Probably something like a Garrosh, high priority of, you know, getting those kills. And then all you do is you pick up your Illidan. He wins most 1v1s on the top half, and if you can body the 4-man strong enough and have enough kill potential, just leave Illidan on an island. He sieges faster than most 1v1s. He actually wins most 1v1s. He has far better wave clear than most 1v1s. What I'm trying to say is Illidan's a pretty good soul lane, even though he's not in the meta. And normally on a battleground like this, you'd be like, never. But Equinox, you know, can play the hero very, very well. It'd be a cool thing.
One of the things when researching coming into BlizzCon of last year, you know, Illidan was a thing in Korea. And you look at Jonghan, you look at Rich last year, they actually averaged significantly more siege experience. They would play the siege soak into the hunt. That was the thing that they did better than any other team in any other region. They would use that to their advantage and work in the Illidan when it was appropriate. Our meta has changed a little bit. We don't see as much. We'll see the Malfurion committed here to first pick for No Tomorrow.
Not really going to cater to my, you know, Illidan all-in. Malfurion Illidan doesn't work too well together on the same team, but maybe the dream is still going to be there. We'll find out. With the Garrosh available, I'd expect that here to be selected for Justing on the side of Team 12. What else they're going to pair with that, though? I mean, we did get the Phoenix with them in the last draft already in their 1-2. We might see that from them again because it is a smaller battleground. By no means do they have to. We've talked about Phoenix, like he is not sitting at the at least first pick worthy. Maybe the 1-2 as a second pick team, but at least not on even some of the smaller battlegrounds where you can get value out of his wave clear. It seems to be kind of questionable here in NA. Maybe a Jaina too. Go with the Hanzo instead.
Garrosh Hanzo. I'm starting to wonder if we might get ourselves a little bit of Samuro action. It's another like
okay,
off-meta Goku hero that he actually does do well, and something I think on this battleground, not too shabby.
Yeah, it actually functions near identical to the Illidan kind of theory I was talking about before, and how it's just, I'm so good in this one lane, somebody has to answer to me eventually, and the biggest downside to both of those picks is, well, you can die in the top lane. And one thing that's going to really make sure that you continuously die in that top lane is the Genji selected by No Tomorrow. So suddenly all unorthodox top lane compositions got a lot more scary. That being said, they pick it with a Johanna, so it's not that problematic. Again, whenever we see Genji Johannas, I will always point out that they have very different play styles.
The Sonya. Sonya does a little bit of healing, and your clones are there. Definitely don't want to compliment the Sonya, which is something that No Tomorrow has run a lot of. Ever since they brought Jen over, he's fit that main tank role. Equinox sliding over to that secondary melee. Played a lot of Sonya since then. Casanova, one of our better Genji players. It's one of those players that we were talking about coming into the series of when they're doing well. You know, Genji obviously is a big part of Casanova's success, very impactful on that hero. We'll see if they can maybe recreate some of that magic as we see a Junkrat ban now Maybe a Tracer being hovered?
The Tracer ban would probably make more sense under the circumstance. Just because, I mean, I actually, that might not be fair. Synergy with the backliner for the Johanna because the Junkrat is already, or the Genji is already a little weak, and then also wave clear within the form, maybe that would be worth the ban out.
I think that No Tomorrow ran a comp like that, the Genji Tracer on Towers of Doom. It was, I believe, last weekend
the
when
double
they
pick
lost.
composition, I remember that.
It didn't go so well, but definitely it fits to their aggressive play style. Obviously something, Team 12 still doing their homework nonetheless. Stukov ban one more time here for No Tomorrow.
Still sticking to the support joke here for No Tomorrow. There he is. We found ourselves the Murky.
Time to throw that Abathur hat on top of it.
Oh, baby.
You know, Murky, in a weird way, does okay in top lane.
I mean, in a weird way. What do you mean? This is like one of the few maps that Murky was like actually built for. When you think
Even
about
that
it,
skin is built for this.
it's an
like
island.
camouflage.
It's a 1v1 island where controlling an objective matters very much so. And
I just want to see slime build. I know it's unlikely, but I want to see it.
why do you want to see it? Because you want to see just slime build?
I love questing talents, and it's so strong if you get it late game.
Man, how do they put us on the desk? Because you and I had very different reactions to quest talents.
I know, I love them. Alarak's level 4 is an uncapped quest talent. You know I love those.
I like uncapped. I don't know, not even. Even then, in
Ooh,
theory,
Murky
scary.
in the 4-man.
Oh, baby. I don't think that's going to be Murky in the 4-man.
Should be. Then you can stack all day.
I mean, they can go for the 1-3-1 split again with a Murky. Murky in the bottom lane in that situation, not top. For anybody wondering why would you put Murky there in that case and trying to teach a laning situation on Dragonshire, if you run a 1-3-1, your bottom lane wants to be your safest of the two laners because it's the most susceptible to ganking, which is why we always put people on the top lane. So because of that, Murky, if you get the kill on him miraculously somehow, still not that big of a concern.
Yeah. Well, there's only one thing to go. You can stack off Murky all day. And actually, you know, Tracer is one of the best counters towards Murky, believe it or not. It deals with the pufferfish extremely well, and you can bait out the shield from the bubble, you should say, on Murky, and then Tracer can run him down and kill him. Tracer's actually probably one of the best counters towards a Murky.
Phoenix is pretty good. Consistent DPS is definitely what's necessary, not burst DPS. We still get ourselves a Chen. Chen versus Murky in the top lane. Man, I joke about the wet noodle fights, but boy, do we have it.
Oh, well, the other thing to consider, right? If you get Chen is going to drink brew. You can stack slime on him all day. Oh, it's looking good. It's looking good. Yeah, I was telling you, sometimes when I get to play with the Team 12 guys, Tyrande is a hero that comes out more often than not.
I know, Buds is a dirty Toronto player.
I know.
He is. It's definitely that kind of like guilty pleasure, it seems like, here for him as a... I'm going to say it's a guilty pleasure. He probably is proud. I just say it's a guilty pleasure because anybody who likes Toronto should feel guilty. My guilty pleasure hero?
Yeah, like the one where you hop on a Smurf, you're like, look, I probably shouldn't play this, but I'm going to.
I definitely don't have that. I probably shouldn't play this. Like, I've got the ones that I enjoy. Like right now, Blaze is I just enjoy he does everything. He is the legend every single map that you get him on.
Off meta.
Abathur is my specialist, a little bit wild. But if I was to go off meta, man, I don't know. I'm a filthy meta slave, I think. Because I would say like Medivh, it's something more in that specialist role, but those are all meta still.
I'm playing with Trixler from now on.
Yeah, I would too, man. The guy's at least way cooler, way more attractive, way funnier than me. He's got everything going.
It's the beard. All right, so who's going to be on that? Who's our Murky? Who's hiding? It's Dansky on the Murky. And it's Tyrande E-build. So I talk about this a bit. You know, obviously Blaze does really good at setting it up. Percentage stacking, right? It increases by 3%, I believe, as each one you land. After 10, you no longer have mana cost. If you land enough owls, you no longer have mana issues. And it's one of the ways that if you're struggling to keep cooldowns and making sure you get plenty of, make sure you have enough mana, it's actually one of the few ways you can do that.
Is that the legendary Justin Hanzo? Man, we're in for a bit of a clinic here. Kier back on the front line again. Front wave. Battle. Dansky yet to lie victim here. Oh my goodness, we have a Murky in the 4.
This is amazing. I'm telling you, I want to see this. I mean, it doesn't really make sense most of the time, but if you're gonna do it, there's a nice lunar flare added. Keep an eye on that as that stacks up.
We're gonna be keeping an eye on how these pufferfishes gain any value. Hold up, flip over on a Casa. Cure maybe out a bit too far as he's already burned his heal. Body block coming in from Jin. Punish is going to be there, but not enough to get a kill. Throws back the Groundbreaker there. Jay Shrite running out, not having, you know, that shielding. Gotta say, pretty impressed with Justin's trade capabilities there on the Hanzo already. Pretty good scattering arrows and Stormbolt use.
I was impressed. The Murky body blocking was non-existent for about 90% of that fight, but when it mattered, it showed up. It showed up. Now, this is one of those moments where Murky, not so hot in the early game. No tomorrow. They're going to just come in for the straight invade.
But he's going for the global strike. You die, you sacrifice yourself, you come back in 3 seconds, you flip over the wall, and look at where the Murky spawn is. Bam! He's there for the follow-up. He comes in, he gets the slime on the Jin, and he gets the kill, Jay. How?
And he's on the point. He's forcing that of No Tomorrow off. Murky God right now.
Oh my! Tell me the last time you saw yourself a Murky global. That's it, you haven't. My innovation here, coming out from Team 12. Dansky on the Murky. Oh, North America, you know, we've had moments of innovation, but never did I think it would be back to the Murky. You know, when we hit our prime, last it was the Immortal composition. Now we've got it here with Team 12.
Slime, slime, slime. He's thinking about it, Dread.
He is. He commits. We're in the slime build.
Oh, I am a happy panda. A happy Jay Howe.
You're a happy Chen.
I'm a happy Chen. All right, so obviously this stacks up. There's several parts about this that are very important because after 15, it increases your bonus damage. You have to slime a hero that's already slimed. It's much easier at 16 and 20 because, you know, the talents that you can pick the cooldown reduction at 20. Half of what I know about Murky, thank you, Trixler. But then after you hit 30, it increases the slow amount to 30%, which makes Murky even more annoying. The key is you sacrifice your life for 1 stack at a time, Dreadnought.
Is that a sacrifice we're willing to make?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I am when I play Murky stacking.
I don't know if I'd be willing to. Dansky doesn't look like he's been so far, for the most part, keeping himself pretty healthy there.
I mean, the other thing is, because level 7, you know, there's 2 different bubble talents at 7 and 13, depending on where it goes. But there's a physical armor talent, right? And you're looking at Phoenix. He's going to be the main source of damage outside of a Genji Swift Strike and maybe a Shuriken. But curious how this build will end up going.
Cure, no fear here on that kind of invade for a moment. Indomitable use. He's falling low. He's not going to make it out there. Not enough Murky peels coming in from Dansky. Ends up dropping as well. Justin able to use the natural agility over the wall. He's going to be just fine and kite out. But this is No Tomorrow kind of fighting back here.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing pretty good so far. Equinox, obviously, he went a little bit different talent, going a little bit of that Donkey Kong build, tossing those barrels at level 4, stacking those up.
It's really hard to run away from a Donkey Kong Chen, and whenever you see that kind of double barrel build, Phoenix and Genji chase down capability is going to be enabled pretty heavily there. As long as you have a sustained DPS, which Phoenix very much can supply that, it's a pretty good build. So don't mind to see that kind of adjustment. Also puts a little bit less pressure on you constantly using your passive, which into a Tyrande is a non-reliable strategy, or in case you want to be, you know, kind of Huntress marked into just snap dead.
Hunters marked into some slime because we've got more slime at level 7. Dragging them to the Black Lagoon, Dreadnought increases the radius of that slime. Makes it a little bit easier to get in those fights without having to be right on top of people. There's going to be another Lunar Flare landing, but Iron Skin, they're going to have the turn and the fight. And that is a major Swift Strike coming in here from Casanova. Again, probably one of his best, if not his absolute best, but the turnaround there between Jen and Casanova to make that happen, my goodness.
Yeah, No Tomorrow here really bringing the fight, and it's making, you know, Team 12 here sit on the back foot for a couple of minutes here. Blaze will eventually struggle in obtaining this top half. This is a moment where I wonder if No Tomorrow is going to lose more by getting that chase down than gaining this couple of seconds of obtaining this. Nobody made the rotation mid to get the stall in the Dragonite, so it should be a Dragonite pickup even with that kind of stall out from Equinox. Gonna have to rid of the Giants on bottom, but we got ourselves a DK.
This is the moment where Murky can shine because the DK, all vehicles where they are player controlled count as heroic targets. So if you want to stack that slime, this is going to be your opportunity, Dansky. Because that DK is just like, I'm okay to take a little bit of damage. There's one stack. There's another.
I mean, the value right now.
Oh, yeah, for Murky all day.
Oh, my, stacking.
All day.
It's top level Heroes of the Storm here, ladies and gentlemen. Murky stacking on Dragonites.
That's one of the best ways to do it.
Make the transition down, still without the heroics, Team 12. Not really much they can do here. This bottom is going to be forfeited over. The question is, do they lose any kills in the process? Kick away on the Hanzo, gonna get adjusting to safety.
No tomorrow, they're coming out strong here. I mean, the Chen hasn't really been threatened at all. I mean, we saw it in our previous series, LFM, they were able to just hold that top lane with the Malthael against the Blaze. This time we're seeing the Chen. This is going to bring some of the pressure off with this camp here, and it's going to open up the walls. But when it comes to the laning phase, Equinox doing quite a bit to deal with Goku.
But if you notice, Goku's winning the lane, even though he's actually, not, like, even though Chen's holding his own, right? For the most part, we see the Blaze actually pulling ahead, and that's because Goku is doing a very smart job. Whenever you play against Chen, you're never going to kill him. The ability to trade up into him is never going to happen. So he's ignoring that, looking on the minion wave, throwing down the oil spill there, and just going, I'm going to heal. You can get all the damage you want into me. I'm just going to go ahead and clear the wave. And it's setting it to where at least he's getting the minions on his side, though, you know, Shrine control not so much in his favor. But again, you're never going to kill that Chen.
Do you realize the threat there?
Oh,
no, Tomorrow
that's
just backed off. Yeah, they knew March of the Murlocs was potentially coming in, so they're like, boys, we got to get out. Now all of a sudden, Daisy coming in. Do we get it?
Here it is.
Comes.
Here it goes.
The big stun. Now all of a sudden, the salvo's out. The tranquility's out. It's going to help survive. But there's going to be a taunt. The March is starting to do the damage, but is it enough?
The March. Okay, the March is over. That was all she wrote there,
Tranquility, man. Tranquility's too strong.
Oh, man.
Hacks.
No Tomorrow holds on, even with the March of the Murlocs, hitting value on top of 4 targets. Equinox not able to get the Storm, Earth, and Fire there.
You know, they missed. You know, Equinox goes down. They should have gone the other heroic on Hanzo. Get that little dragon shrine going.
Yeah.
The slow heroes and chokes on March of the Murlocs, followed up by that dragon coming ripping through your health bars. They missed an opportunity.
No, you're very right. Like, take a minute to throw this back. Look at Dansky. How many Murlocs hit all of No Tomorrow? Like, that is 1.5 billion Murlocs. I'm doing the math here, caster math on the spot, and look at No Tomorrow's health bars, unscathed.
I like how they used the end of the fray to toss Murky in. They're like, go get him, young fella. Show him how it's done.
Man, that has got to be a cinematic if I've ever heard one. Seriously, think about it. Into the fray, epic battle, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, he's like, go,
tosses
my son, and then Murky's just flying through the air, throwing out the slime.
That's the Murky sound?
That was a little bit too close for comfort there, Jay-How. Invade here, or at least punishment over the collapse on this bottom siege coming out from No Tomorrow as they have the 13 talents here. Casanova with a big flank after that blessed shield. 2-man taunt after the Dragon's Arrow. Bunker got to be used. Cure falling low, relying on that armor, will keep himself alive. Chen now looking to join the ranks here of No Tomorrow. Goku.
No bunker this time. Goku is trying to stay alive. He will fall there, and we see both shrines captured for the moment due to Murky on the top. But that is going to be all for naught, as we're going to see No Tomorrow turn this around. They're going to reclaim control of that bot lane. Dansky's going to clean up here at the bottom. We'll see what else he can make happen. Genji making his way up.
This is one of those moments that we might be able to use the Murky global strategy again, where maybe we put the egg on the bottom half of the map, die on the top half, and then, you know, come back, make the miracle backdoor over the bottom shrine. But it's going to be too little too late if it goes online, because this Dragonite is here for No Tomorrow. They're snap rotating down to the bottom half of the map. They're going to waste 0 time here. They're looking to siege up to key front wall before they even take the middle fort. Normally, you'd be like, you know, looking to get as much as they can, but they don't have a major advantage. And more importantly, this Dragonite's very early on. It doesn't have the best siege. At best, it's going to get the key front wall.
Yeah, but there's no Murky here. And Murky's only sitting on 5 stacks, nowhere near that 15 for the bonus damage, and nowhere near 30, which is how it's completed. Murky has Hearth back. He's going to go. We get 1 tower down. They get the minions here. They're going to look for the re-engage. Dragonite pushing forward. There's Cure on the front line. Use that Indomitable Blessed Shield, I believe, is out. And Cure hops into the bunker to see if he sneaks out the back door and if it's going to be enough.
He does, but it is not enough. Dragonite gets the last damage there. Dragon's arrow ended up landing on a 3 after a jet propulsion there from Goku. Goku falling low. Casanova comes in with that switch strike. Found reset 1 and 2, but the Keeps are able to clean that up. Tomster ends up using the Tranquility here for the team, but Equinox on that Chen. As I talked about in the last game, it's going to come to light here. Chen, one of the best at tanking those, you know, kind of structured damage. Pufferfish goes down, going to be cleaned up pretty easily here. Dansky, though, getting a couple of stacks that we've been so concerned about throughout this game.
It's the most important moment. He's basically doubled almost as he's now sitting on 12 stacks, but it's going to come at the cost of a keep. Justin, probably not going to be enough damage here. You can see Equinox willing to commit the Panda Pals out.
Interesting use of Storm Earth Fire there.
It's enough to buy time. There's Cure going in. See if he gets the taunt. Something.
Oh. That ice block, though, Cure didn't continue advancing. Now Jet Propulsion is not actually going to go off as it gets interrupted. Two-man Lunar Flare, raw there, thrown out by Buds. Lands onto Justin. Iron Skin going to be used. Jet Propulsion
still Murky.
Dansky flank. Oh, man, you watch this March of the Murloc.
I think it's down, though. He used it against the DK, but Jin's going to go down. Dansky, he's in there. See if he can go in. Dragon Arrow's going to land from downtown. That's 2 members down on the side of No Tomorrow. Murky falls in the middle of that. No surprise there. Cure's going to be the next to fall. It's a 2 for 2 1/4 trade right now.
Casanova looking to make it 3 3/4. I don't know how that added
we added
another
half.
extra. You know what? This is why we don't say numbers on broadcast, Jay. How Giant Camp now going to be focused for No Tomorrow. 16s are here for Team 12. But at this point, we've got to be asking ourselves, you know, has No Tomorrow found the answer to March of the Murloc Murky?
Well, I mean, Murky has hit his spike now. Every 3rd basic attack does give him more slime, so if he can stay on that. He also did go Fish Tank at level 13 to give him that physical armor against the likes of the Phoenix that is in this game. So, you know, we're 1 off from getting that bonus damage, which might have been able to turn that fight around. He's sitting on 14 out of 15. You get that extra 125 damage. Well, so we're looking at some real Murky value.
Goku able to make it out. Blessed Shield's going to be thrown down, but look at Team 12's ready for this fight, minus the fact that Dansky's not here, but you know he's going to have a huge flank with that Murlocs. Bunker used. Here he comes. Oh, he's not going to commit.
He's going to go bribe some
He's going Knights instead. Dansky, that was your moment.
Yeah, I think his team's like, look, we're just going to back off to the fort. Dansky's like, oh, man.
Look. That's when you.
Oh, Murgle.
That's like when you're committing to, like, you've accepted that your role in this world is a pufferfish. But stand up and be a shark, Murky. Be the man you were born to be. Be the big tuna kahuna.
He's coming in. He's going to get a little bit of slime onto Equinox. Going to go ahead and get another stack. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. March is out. The Panda Pals, that's going to be one way to stack, but they're turning the fight. Dragon Blade is out. Buds is dipped out, but that is going to be all for naught. As I says, Justin that's dipping out. 2 members down. Tranquility is out. They're continuing the assault. 13 minutes in. Equinox is going to track onto this Dragon Knight. And now you got to wonder, do they turn their eyes towards the core?
But I think the most important thing here, Jay Howe, is if we take a minute to appreciate the fact that Dansky lost his egg, still kept himself alive. Able to survive as a unit here. Even looking to make work happen on that night camp. Stop the advance of No Tomorrow. Replants the egg. Might be a little bit easy to pick off. You know, criticism may be there, but going to go ahead and go into that bubble. Oh, the Dragonite already finds the egg. Cure. It's going to get pressured. The Blessed Shield, the blind, it's there. Dragonite now moves to the core. Casanova go ahead and ridding of that bubble. The kick there from the Dragonite gets Dansky. And you know, the final kill on the Murlocs. That seems like it's going to be enough. No Tomorrow looking to take this game.
Well, you talked about the cinematic, you know, of throwing that Murloc in. All I know is we have a trailer. It's basically the revenge of the Murlocs, right? That was kind of how Murky got introduced. As the core is going to fall here. No Tomorrow going to even it up 1-1 despite Tomster falling at the end. Okay, so maybe this was the prequel version of Murky. We'll get the sequel version of Murky coming soon, where Murky gets the high ground.
There's 2 types of Murkies in this world. The ones who flank on mid and the ones who go to night camp. And today, we got the Dansky going to the night camp.
I feel like there was a missed opportunity. Murky versus Chen, I'm stacking all day. They put Murky in the 4-man, didn't quite work out too well. I think that might have been, you know, kind of the part that hurt him the most.
Have you ever been a Murky trying to stack against a Chen, against a against a Genji? Because the answer is, you don't really live that long.
Yeah,
You,
Swift Strike hurts.
once